Hello, welcome back to another video on Diablo 4. So, seasons are about to come out. They're about to literally talk about it in a couple days. They said they're going to have their campfire and like do the little discussion thing with the community and talk about the campfire. So that's really dope. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for the season announcements. And so, with over 400 hours played in the game now, I've pretty much gotten in-game in every single class except Necro. And we don't really need to do Necro. I mean, I'm probably going to do it, but we already know Necro is literally OP with like little to no gear, no glyphs at all, and like just a weapon. Like they're literally destroying at like level 60, 70 with just like literally bare minimum. Meanwhile, other classes like, you know, Rogue or Druid need certain items before they can get their pulverized build up and running, etc. Stuff like that. So Necro is just really, really broken. And if they don't change anything about Necro before season starts, I will be playing Necro during the season because Necro is literally just absolutely broken. Like the Bone Spear thing is just stupid. And I said in the beta that Necro is going to be the most OP class because of the Bone Spear. And like I can pull up the video like months ago from where I said that. So, I mean, I already knew that it was going to be OP as shit. And then the reason I started as Rogue is because I didn't play Rogue in the beta. I did every other class except Rogue. So I played Rogue. And I got to like 86, 87 as my main, as my first character. And I was like, well, this character is so lackluster compared to all the other classes in the game. I'm actually going to log in real quick just so I can show you the gear. Even with this gear, I'm pushing nowhere near as hard as my Druid or even my Sorc. Honestly, my Sorc does more damage than my Rogue does. So let's go ahead and look at my Rogue's gear real quick. So this is his stat stick. Okay. So we got vulnerable damage, dexterity, crit damage, damage over time. So it's a 3 out of 4. Okay, damage over time is trash. So it's 3 out of 4, decent, right? It's got max twisting blade on there. Pretty good. Vengeful Ghoul Kingsblade. I bought this sword from a vendor, so it's a 4 out of 4, almost perfect stack, and it's got almost a it's an okay. It's got a trash imprint on it because I didn't have a better one. But yeah, I bought that from the vendor. So like BIS sword, like literally BIS sword, bought from the vendor. Okay, and then here we have another okay sword. This one's under 800. And it has okay, it's got vulnerable crit damage and core, I guess. It's okay. So let's go up to the ring. Vulnerable crit damage, crit chance, poison damage. It's okay, right? Crit chance, vulnerable damage, slow, crit damage. It's okay, right? My necklace, okay. Movement speed, cooldown, reduction from close, movement speed after killing elite. Pretty trash. Very trash. But I need that imprint, so I don't have another imprint. Haven't gotten it. I've only ever gotten one Ravenous. This imprint, I've only ever gotten it once. Ever. The entire time I played the Rogue. I'm level 100. Helmet. It's trash. Poison imbuement, useless. The other 3 stats are okay. Chest, pretty bad. Gloves. They're almost BIS except lucky hit. That lucky hit chance to slow should be attack speed. But yeah, they're okay. Pants, these are really good pants. These are quad damage reduction, like really, these are like BIS pants. Boots, these are pretty good. Energy reduction, move speed, damage while injured, they're okay. Okay. Anyways, I have literal BIS weapons, and I hit like little girl. Like little girl. Like my highest crits on this Rogue are like maybe a million, and then like 2.2 million in overpowered, right? So like it sucks at group play. Like Rogue is terrible at group play. Like it's one of the most like annoying feelings ever. You're like, you go into a pack, you like suck them all in, you're like beating on them for like 20 seconds. And then the druid friend that you got walks over and just, and they all die. And he's sitting there like, hey, what are you gonna kill those white mobs? And you're just like, dude, why am I playing Rogue? Rogue does have an advantage though. They're very tanky, very mobile. They do decent damage. If you do gear swaps and skill swaps, you can push very high nightmare dungeons. It requires you to do gear swaps and skill swaps. I did cover the rogue who did the Nightmare 100 solo, and people couldn't understand that he was gear swapping and stuff like that. I think they only watched part of the video, and then they just got all like critical and were like, "Oh, you're completely wrong. Like your build guide's wrong. He didn't do that. He was using this." No. Like if you watch his video and then translate all the comments and stuff like that, like his build guide states like what he did, and he was changing gear throughout the dungeon. And if you can't understand that what a gear swap is during the dungeon and skill swap, well, you probably shouldn't be pushing high nightmare. So yeah, I don't, if you like, I can't get, like, dude, the build is right. You guys are just, I don't know, learn to read and watch the full video. So let's move on. Let's go to the druid. Druid, very fun class. Starts out very, very slow. Druid does start out slow. It's one of the slowest classes starting out. But once you reach about 50 to 65-ish and you have your pulverize up and online, Druid is very fast, very good. Pretty good lane clearer. Just a very good, tanky, nice class. And it doesn't require too much aspects. Doesn't require too much gear to get off the ground like a rogue. So Druid's going to be a very, very good class. I would probably put Druid at the top of the list for overall class, like overall like things to do. Like Druids can do everything in the game depending on what build and spec you are. All right, so Halle Berry, this is my sorc. I just made her last night. Let's go ahead and log in her. My druid, I'm not going to go over him. We already went over his gear. I already covered his gear and stuff like that. So Sorcerer, we made Sorcerer yesterday or the night before. I think it was the night before. So I'm doing the Ice Shard build, and I'm loving it. The Sorcerer, once you have your aspects, which most aspects that you get are from the codex. So once you just do your codex dungeons and stuff like that, you can get most of the aspects. As you can see, I've been printed most of mine here except the pants. I did get lucky and get Fist of Fate at 73, so I'm just using those because I don't have gloves that are really good yet. So, and then I got Remnant of the Infinite at level 61. So we got lucky on that. And it got a decent roll. It's an 805. But it's got a shitty stun on there. It's only a 2 second instead of 3. So we're gonna have to get another one for that. And then my boots are really bad. I need teleport. I really need plus teleport on there. And then my staff, intelligence, critical, core, vulnerable. It's just, yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. And I got that at level 67. And then my rings, crit damage, vulnerable damage, close damage, lucky, vulnerable, crit damage, mana. And then my necklace, plus 3 defense, plus 3 devouring blaze, 10% cooldown reduction, 9% armor. So I mean, my neck and my staff are really, really good. And I got them at really low levels, 67 and 69. So I mean, I got really good gear on my sorc, so I'm not sure if that's why I felt like the sorc just like picked up so quickly, like once I turned the aspects on. So like I just took like a bunch of yellow gear, literally went over to the codex and took aspects out of the codex and just put them on my gear. And if you don't know how to get the aspects, well, you get them from the from clearing dungeons. Okay, so unlocked by completing Grinning Labyrinth, right? Dry steps. So it tells you how to get your aspects. So but yeah, sorc, very good class. Didn't really have an issue with her. She is squishy, so you have to like mind your cooldowns and stuff like that, make sure your abilities are good. But sorc, I'd give her solid S for leveling and end game. She's definitely pretty solid. She's do Nightmare 100, very solid class. No issues on her. Okay, Barb. Now, Barb is a different story. Barb is actually really hard to gear. I'm just gonna say that straight up right now. Gambling for Barb items, like its rings, really hard. Some people are literally level 90 plus and they still haven't gotten their ring. Like Bold Chief's aspect. There's the other one. The resource regen aspects are really hard to get, and barb has to have them, but you can't play barb without resource regen. It's just terrible. It's literally terrible. I don't like playing barb because gearing the barb is significantly harder than any other class in the game for some reason. Barb requires all of his gear. They nerf barb into the ground pretty much. Barb's still very fast at like Helltide and lower key dungeons up to like 40-ish. Still very fast clears. Still, you know, I have a friend who has Biss gear, literally full Biss gear, almost match rolls and everything. And it's very lackluster compared to my druid. I'm just gonna say that my druid's not Biss gear. But barb is barb, and I think they nerfed them too much. I don't know. But if you want to do Helltide, use barb. Barb is so OP if you have gear. If you have full gear and you can do you know, Helltide with full gear, barb is so OP. I was following a barb the other day and I couldn't even keep up with him. He was just way too fast. So they have that advantage, but they can't really like I've only seen a few barbs push in-game content, like really high nightmare dungeon and stuff like that, and like we're talking about the best players in the world. So I mean, barb's really lackluster. I'm gonna give barb a C tier. Like barb's literally like C, and that's with Biss gear. Like my friend has Biss gear and it's still C tier. It just doesn't. They nerfed it too much. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, we're not going to talk about Necro. Literally, my friend, I power leveled my friend, got him to like 54, 55, and he was already hitting for like 600,000 at 55. He had no glyphs. He had no glyphs. Just a few Paragon points, and a weapon. He didn't even have all those aspects. So Necro is going to be the most broke class out of all the classes. It's going to be S+. It's going to literally be broken. And like I said, I'm going to be playing Necro if they don't change anything, if they don't nerf it or anything like that, change anything about how Bone Spear works, Bone Shatter and all that. If they don't change how that all works and scales together, I'll be playing Necro because that motherfucker OP. So yeah, that's my breakdown. Also, I'm loving Sorc. If they do nerf, if they nerf Necro, we'll see what they change on Necro, and then I'll probably play Sorc. Sorc's OP as shit. So this class is so broken, dude. Literally broken. And if you're playing with like other Sorcs synergize really well together. Let's talk about group play real quick. Rogue and Druid suck at group play. Absolutely suck. Rogue, if you don't kill anything, you don't get your cooldown reductions. You don't get your stamina back. It's terrible. It's literally terrible. Barb's okay. Druid, I have when people are following me on my Druid and stuff like that, and I don't get killing blows and things like that, I run out of spirit. It's super annoying. Like group play as a Druid, annoying, very annoying. You run out of stamina all the time. Like, what do you like? Stand there and auto, like you just have 3 people auto attacking. Like it, I don't know. And then the Necro just comes up and one shots the whole screen, and then now you know you casted 3 tornadoes and you're out of spirit, so feels really good. Group play is really lackluster. The synergizing in group play, it's really hard to synergize. It really depends on your class. Rogue's so bad at group play. For one, he already does no damage. 2, he does no damage. Compared to the other classes, he just does nothing. What's he like? What is Rogue like? Is the ZDPS, is Rogue supposed to be like the new Barb? Is Rogue supposed to just jump in, suck everything in, make them all vulnerable, and jump away and just stand there like, like that's boring, dude. That's not what I expected about Rogue. So, anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited for the dev campfire thingy that's coming up a couple days from now. Really excited for that. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to show you guys something. If you didn't know, in the patch notes, ooh, you guys hear that thunder? Thunder. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Right here. To me, this is the most important thing about the patch notes. Okay. Developing out, we're currently working on increasing the monster and elite density of in-game content and plan on introducing this change early season 1. Yo, so You remember how I was just talking about group play sucks on rogue, it sucks on druid, sucks, you know, it sucks. Group play sucks unless you like plan your character around group play, right? So we all know respecking is annoying. There's no one-click respec all paragon, things like that. So group play to me is very big part of the game. It's one of the most important things about the game. And with the increase of monster density and things like that, I think it might help with the resource generation issues within group play. And I think this is going to definitely help because there's a lot of even casual players who are like, where are the mobs to kill? Like, I'm walking around and there ain't nothing to kill. I walked 2 corridors and I saw 1 mob, and now I'm waiting 20 seconds for all my cooldowns because I killed that mob. Yeah, so guys, this is really huge to me. I can't wait until the campfire in a couple days when they talk about this. Really excited about that. But so yeah, yeah, that's gonna be my class breakdown for the seasons and stuff like that. What my plans are, what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to upgrade the RAM on my computer. I did manage to go and grab a solid state drive. I got one yesterday at Best Buy, and it's greatly improved performance. As you can see, my load screens are much faster. But I'm still gonna upgrade the RAM, and then I'll start streaming in the game again. So you guys will be able to catch me on my live stream on Twitch. I might stream on YouTube, I'm not sure yet, but probably just mainly on Twitch right now. So, but yeah, that's going to be my class breakdown and what I plan on doing for the season. So I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.